So Danny, how do you balance career with committed relationship?
All right, so let me start. I graduated like 2 years ago, 2 3 years ago as an accounting major, but I didn't like that shit. I went to school for my family, whatever.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to I feel like I'm a funny person, you know. I feel like I'm pleasant. So I wanted to be like a Wendy Williams and like a Eddie Murphy, you know, whatever. So I started doing that. You know, I took over the social media platform. When you start like dating people, like you know what I'm saying, you get little people take that following shit to the head. It's hard dating, you know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like they want you to like, oh, why you want to do that shit? Because my nigga, you can't take care of my family, you can't take care of me. I want my own shit. I'll support a dude, but it's hard dating when you like a woman and you want what you want and you can't get what you want because you know dudes just y'all insecure and stuff. Y'all very insecure. Yeah, with guys, it's kind of like they be like they could handle like a strong woman, a woman with a career, or that's chasing dreams. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as they see like, oh, dudes around you, they want to know what's going on, or are you fucking all these dudes? And a lot of time I'm single because you know a man they be weak. A lot of men are weak. I'm sorry, like, and I'm not trying to come for no men around here, but like y'all be weak sometimes. Like y'all just want to know everything. Y'all want to check DMs. Y'all want to check phones. Like slow the fuck down, baby. Like. No, like that's not happening.
So you feel like they weren't?
Yeah,
they
insecure.
didn't like you having this career.
No, most dudes. At first it was cool, but then after a while it gets annoying. They're insecure. Dudes are insecure for women.
So I know women who are in her situation. I know women that aren't. Close women friends. I remember one of them said that when she's dating, she feels that the men that she dates are anchor weights. And at first I didn't understand what she meant by that. And what she said was that as she's pursuing her career, the men that she would date, would kind of like hold her back. So she was dating men that, weren't supportive, wanted the attention more on them rather than her career. But I think the other side of that, you can meet a person who, oh yeah, you're trying to do that? High five, good for you, let's do that. We can balance this together. Because I remember at the end of the day, relationship takes, it takes work, but meaning you have to spend time with each other, right? Yeah. To get to know each other. So it's like, yeah, I'm focusing on my career, I'm hustling and all of this stuff, but we can still make time for each other and you understand, look, babe, we're gonna do this together, but do know that I also need to spend time doing this also. And I think it just has to come with both of you understanding, right? Come to that understanding, like, you know what, babe, you're absolutely right. Whatever you wanna do, I got you, I support you.
I have a totally different view, and I think it's because I'm Canadian. I'm just saying. I'm the only person that I met with this view in the States, so let me hear me out first, okay? For me, I dated people and I was in a relationship. Like I always wanted to be somebody's wife. I had my own money, I had my own everything going on. But when I found myself in a relationship, I was so committed on that relationship and my man that was a job for me. It was like being organized, taking care of the house, taking care of him, taking care of everything. So I had no time to really, because I already had my own money anyway. That was kind of just inherited to me. So I didn't really need that. But when I was in those situations, those men took advantage of a good woman, and I realized that those situations weren't working for me anyways, because it's hard to find someone that loves you just as much as you love yourself.
Going back to what you said, I think understanding does come with a certain threshold though, because it does depend on your career. For example, within time, like me, like I model, so I do a lot of modeling and I'm around a lot of beautiful women often. And a woman that's at home that I may be dating, she may not be insecure about it at first, but over time, some type of insecurities may build. Like I said, there's a lot of, insecurities that are out there, especially like somebody like me, if I'm sitting here and I'm laid up with, 3 beautiful women in a video or in a photo shoot, most women can't handle that.
and maybe yes, that's true, but maybe not.
And,
No,
and,
but maybe
and it's
not.
just and it's just like human nature at that point.
No, I totally get that.
They're insecure for really good reasons though, because
Yeah,
you're
like-
around all these women. Same thing with me. I'm in the industry as well. I DJ and I was modeling, acting. I was dating other artists and whatever in the same industry, but they're still insecure because of what I'm around.
Exactly.
Like they know.
That comes
So,
with
like,
the
that's-
territory, though.
but
They should
wait,
know that.
But you're going to meet people that are insecure, but you're also going to meet
let me-
people that are not.
Let me ask
Exactly,
this question.
that's
Let me,
what I'm
wait,
saying.
let me ask this
Exactly.
question. Let me ask this question. Do you feel like some men are too needy or insecure?
I mean, I think you could say that about anyone. You could say some men are too needy, some women are too needy, or like you could say that some men are too detached, some women are too detached. I mean, it just depends on the individual.
Facts.
I'm detached.
No, I could get
No,
attached.
we're an Aquarius.
I'm
We're
like
so,
a glue.
We're so attached that
Super
we
glue.
seem detached because y'all are really clingy.
Yeah, I feel like he's lying.
No, we're not.
Yeah, listen, we all got walls at the end of the day. We
No.
all got walls.
Listen, at the end of the day, men need sex, men need food, men need a place to sleep. And it's all too convenient when you do have those things in a relationship and they don't understand the value that a woman brings to the table when she does provide those things. So at the end of the day, I'm not saying that they're 100% needy. I don't want a 100% needy man that's gonna be controlling of me and always expecting me to do something this, then, and whenever he says and jump. But, you know, to be needed like maybe 20, 30% and they can still self-sustain, I'm good with that, you know? So I still do need to feel needed, but, you know, I don't need my man to be 100% needy.
I think neediness is a human nature aspect, and I agree with you on that because it's on both sides, men and women. And I think sometimes some of the strongest men out there that put it out there, like they're the strongest men out there, are some of the neediest men and some of the most insecure men.
And some of the most gayest men
Well, you know, that's
in the closet.
you never know. So it's just, you know, that's just a human nature aspect. And, you know, as long as the relationship doesn't become codependent, and it's, you know, because a relationship really is about love. And it's about love means actually supporting each other, not needing each other. Neediness is not love. So that's what it is.
But just on the topic of neediness, I wanted to ask Jovice, like, you're in this poly relationship on this topic of neediness. There's a lot of need to be supplied in a relationship with many people, right?
Okay.
How do you manage all of the need that needs to go around?
Okay, well, first of all, let me because some people have a confusion between a poly relationship and an open relationship, right? So an open relationship, you know, two people that are together, they're just free to, you know, meet someone else and fuck them, and that's it. Versus a poly relationship just means you can have one partner, but because you're a human being and you can have feelings for more than one person at the same time, you're allowed to openly explore that with another person, right? That being said, you can have, for myself, our agreement was if we're going to have someone else, it just needs to be one other person,
That was
right?
your reason?
I'm sorry?
That was your reason why you got in a poly relationship?
No, that's just the agreement that I just want one other person and she would have just one other
Why?
person.
Does it matter if it's
but
like-
why you got into the relationship?
Oh, so when, why I got into the relationship or a poly relationship?
Poly.
Okay, so when my partner and I first met, I used to be in the swinger scene, which is completely different, right? So when her and I first met, I told her from the jump, I used to be in the swinger scene, and number two,
Stronger, you used to fuck other girls.
I'm sorry?
You used to have sex with different people.
In the swing community?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a partner and I would sleep with a wife, the husband would watch, you know, that kind of stuff. So when I met my life partner, I told her that I don't believe that one person is meant to sleep with one person for the rest of their lives, right? Mm-hmm. She agreed, but she said she wasn't ready for that. Cool. I liked her. I wanted to start a relationship with her. And as the relationship started flowing, I never pressured her into us opening our relationship. But, you know, over the years,
Things change?
I'm sorry?
Did things change?
Meaning as far as like we loved each other, we trusted each other. Yes, that always, hopefully in a healthy relationship, you learn, you grow, you trust. And so as the years went on, it would come up, hey, let's go to a swing club, watch someone else have sex, right? Baby steps. And then it got to a point where I would say like about a year ago, that we were so comfortable in our relationship, like the trust was there, and we were able to say, you know what? Let's explore this. Like, I wouldn't suggest anyone at the beginning of their relationship to start something like that. That's when jealousy comes in, insecurity. But at this point in our relationship,
People get bored.
and that can happen also. But at this point in our relationship, there was no jealousy, no insecurity, and all that other stuff. I was like, you know what? Let's explore that. So then we open that up to her seeing another guy and me seeing another girl.
Let me have a question. Do you love both your life partner and your girlfriend?
I mean, call me old-fashioned, but I know poly relationships is out there and it's become a term that people are adjusting to. One way or the other, somebody's gonna get hurt unless there's communication and I guess the understanding that people do have. But I personally, I don't know if I'm capable of that understanding.
And how can you say that you actually love two people when the definition of love means not to hurt the other person?
But we're not hurting each other. Who are we hurting? Yeah, you can hurt two people.
I mean, but you're sure their feelings aren't caught up in there. You're sure I mean.
What's the question?
Just because you know it logically, your feelings are a whole different.
Hold on, so wait, can I ask you a question? Is it impossible to love two people at once?
Is it?
No, answer the question.
It's how they feel. It's at the end of the day, you can love them, but how are they being hurt? How are they being hurt by the process? And
what if they're not
if you
being
love
hurt?
somebody, you don't hurt them.
What if they're not being hurt?
You don't hurt them. That's
But
just
what if
it.
they're not being hurt?
Huh?
What if they're not being hurt?
How do you know that? They're telling you that logically. You don't know what a woman feels.
Well, if you
know how a man feels.
Wait, no.
I can't see myself in a poly relationship because I can't see myself with multiple people at the end of the day. It's just nonsense. It's BS. You can't really find the one if you fucking with multiple people. To me, it's just straight stupid.
No, stop. That's not true. If you've been with someone,
They can tell you that all day long.
If you've been with in a relationship for X amount of years, I would hope your relationship is healthy enough that the other person can say, you're hurting me and you're not hurting me.
Yeah.
If someone is not telling you that you're hurting them, something is wrong with that relationship.
I think that if you are in a relationship with someone and
Then what's
you
the point
have
of being in the relationship?
Yeah, that's true.
Wait, let him finish and then we'll answer. Yes.
If you are in a relationship with someone and you've committed yourself to this person and you're like, oh, I trust you, then you have to take their words at face value. Otherwise, there is no trust in your relationship.
Exactly.
And that's why.
And so, like, if I'm like with my partner and I'm
I
like,
want to get up and walk away.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather take action than words.
I can't see the man I'm with loving another woman and me being with them. I can't.
And that's totally understandable. It's not for everyone.
Okay, I feel like I'm being okay. Good. I feel like I'm being fake right now because right now I'm in a situation where the dude have a whole relationship, but he still telling me that he loves me. But I'm so vulnerable to the point where whatever the fuck he's telling me, I'm believing it. Like, yo, I'm not ready to be with this girl. Like, you just had a baby.
Are you saying you're with someone who's already in a relationship?
Hell no.
I'm not with them, but I feel like that's where
It's going?
That's where it's going. Like, he let me know, like, yo, whatever. But I feel like situation just put us in a situation where I can't help how I feel, and I feel like I'm a fucked up ass person to be with this person.
No, don't judge yourself.
But you get what I'm saying? But it's like, that's how I feel about it. That's how he makes me feel. I waited for dudes and years and years, and I never felt no way like this. So it's weird. It's like if you shaking and everything, like when we kissing and stuff like that, it's a different type of connection. For me, it could just be like I'm horny, I've been fucked for a long time. But it just don't make no sense. You get what I'm saying?
Wait,
No, I have a question. I have really valid question. What's the point of being in a relationship?
Okay.
Yeah.
I really,
Okay,
yeah.
I'll answer that.
Wait,
It makes sense. That's
let
a
me
real
answer the
question,
question.
though.
No, it's a real question.
Because-
I love my partner. We are building a life together, right?
A life of
companionship.
other partners.
Okay, but with her, I don't. With my other partner, I don't share a bank account with my other partner. I don't plan on having kids with my other partner. All of that is my. I'm sorry.
I mean,
all of that is me building. I like being able to come home to someone. I love that. The time that we spend together, we grow each other, we support each other.
Okay, I have one more question.
Sure.
So do you have, do you plan on being in that, what do you call it? Poly relationship for like as long as you guys have kids and married, or like is there? Do you think there's a time in life where you're gonna be like, no, just you and only you?
Right. Someone
and
asked
vice
a question.
versa?
Someone asked that question earlier. But what happens is 5 years from now, you decide you don't want to do that anymore.
And when things start to change too.
Yeah.
What do you mean things start to
Yeah.
change?
Things starts to change because things
What if she
change.
wants that and then you don't?
Right,
What
and that's it,
happens
right,
then?
and that's it,
Because
right.
that's going to happen
And
with a female. I
yes.
don't care how
I
many
don't-
years she's been in that
I don't know.
relationship, because
I
she's
don't
probably
know.
been in it unwillingly anyway.
No.
A
Oh
little
my.
bit.
That,
A little
okay.
bit.
That. For you to say she's in it unwillingly, no.
Not unwillingly, but like there's something inside there that's like wanting that nonsense.
That is a trust issue.
Have you had these conversations with
So-
your life partner?
Right, so
Yeah.
to answer that question, this is why I said it would not be good to have something like that at the beginning of your relationship. My partner and I, we communicate. We don't hold, and that's why the only way a poly relationship would work is if you share your feelings and communicate.
And be honest.
Yes.
So I think the poly thing is a cool idea, but I don't know. I'm not sharing my girl. I could be the poly one. That's it.
You're not supposed to hold back. Yes, you're not supposed to hold back these things. So if at some point in the relationship, my life partner says, you know what? Okay, we've done this X amount of years already. We've had our fun. Let's just keep it with the two of us. You know what? That's totally okay.
So Danny, the relationship that you're in right now, you said he's basically in a relationship with another woman right now. What if he came to you and said, you know what? I spoke to wifey. She's good. We can be in a relationship, all three of us together. How would you react and how would you feel? And
okay, first of all, I know his girlfriend. That's never gonna happen. That's number one. Number two,
What if it did?
if it did, I'm not a selfish person. You know, I'm very open-minded.
I like what you said. I'm not selfish.
Poly relationship, here we come.
Keep going.
No,
you might try it out. You might.
No, it's literally like lately I've been thinking about an open relationship, and why? Because I just feel like nobody's really honest anymore. You could be dating somebody, you think they're faithful, they're only with you, and they're doing it with a lot of different people. So with me, it's all about honesty. Like once he told me what it was, I just finally knew. Cause it was not from before. Like yo, I didn't know. Like a lot of side chicks don't know nothing. I didn't know shit. For you know what I'm saying, until like stuff happened and we got to work together and shit started coming out. That's when I realized, yo, you know what I'm saying? But dude's been in a relationship, got a whole new girl, you just don't know.
He was honest with you? He was honest with you from the start?
From the start, no, I didn't know from the start. But
No,
when
I'm saying, was he honest with you from the start?
no, I didn't know.
See, that's the problem.
You know what I'm saying? So, but when I started knowing, it was more like, okay, you can clean, like, I can fucking, it is what it is at the end of the day.
So you said that nobody is honest, right?
Yeah, it's just like being
So
honest.
you
'cause-
don't think that it's possible to be in a relationship where the person's being honest with you and not dating anybody else and being monogamous and being...
I mean, I feel like a dude could be faithful for a little while, but throughout the days, listen, I'm like, I'm out. I see what's opening. I see the
I used to think
temptation.
I think I kind of actually agree with her because like I believe in monogamy, but I don't believe it's natural.
Yeah.
I don't
Natural
believe
as-
monogamy.
wait, natural
Being
as what?
monogamy is natural at all, but like it's possible. You can do it.
It's natural if you guys are friends first.
Yup.
If you guys are friends
yes.
first, it changed the whole dynamic
Nah.
of
I
everything.
mean,
She's right, no.
I had
I
a
have
best
two
friend.
guys I'm dating right now, and they would be so monogamous. It's not even funny. Why? Because we were friends way before, for like 2 years first.
I think
for 2
a
years.
friendship
thought
though,
that's
like
friends.
it's so hard to judge a friendship once intimacy gets involved. I mean,
Yeah, it is different.
it's
not
like
the
it's
same.
two totally different ball games. Like I had a friendship.
But it doesn't become a friendship. It becomes a relationship where you guys are friends first, and you would
Exactly.
never want
So
to
what I'm trying to
disrespect your
say-
friend.
Well, it's not
So
about
what if you start having
disrespecting.
friends for your friends and they already had a baby? Like, what can you do? They're already with that woman that had a baby.
I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about
I'm saying this. Even if you are best friends and you guys decide to get into a relationship, the entire friendship has now changed. So it's no longer a friendship. It's a different understanding.
at
Where-
the end of the day, one of the elements in that relationship, the biggest element is friendship.
That is true. But at the same exact time, it's not a friendship anymore. It's a relationship. So
No,
now
it's a friendship.
It's still a friendship.
With sexual
intimacy. A friendship. Throughout the friendship, that person was sleeping with X, Y, and Z. Throughout this entire
that's why you don't
presented a different scenario.
No. I'm saying while we were friends, let's say me and her were friends.
Yeah.
I was sleeping with however many women I was sleeping with. She was sleeping with
While
however
y'all were
many
friends.
while we were friends.
Everybody knew this.
Now it's different that we are trying to be exclusive.
Gotcha. Friendship being the foundation of the relationship. That's definitely true for my wife and I. Like we started out as friends. We weren't dating or anything like that initially. As a matter of fact, I was dating somebody else at the time that I met her. And when I met her, the friendship was so significant to me that she really kind of attracted me just with her being herself.
How long were you guys friends for?
We were friends for about a year.
Okay,
Yeah. So it took some time. What do you think about that,
I have a
Christian?
question.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's interesting coming from like a different like background, being like gay. Like I feel like I have a lot of gay friends, and then I have there's like the dating pool. What's interesting about like what y'all are talking about is like you have a different kind of relationship with your friends than you do your partners. You shouldn't have to be friends before your relationship starts in order for it to be strong. Like you can just like your romantic partner. But like, shouldn't that be in everyone's like romantic relationships anyways, as like an era of like familiarity, an era of like being like liking them and like wanting to be friends with them and hanging out with them without like.
But I think it's the essence of it if it comes first or if it comes during. But sometimes being friends first can kind of like restrain you and not want you because I don't know, I feel like I could be freakier without my friend.
Yes, exactly my point.
Freakier
without being a friend.
Yeah, but like with someone I'm dating that's my friend, I feel a little bit more like restricted. Like
You feel
gotta be a friend.
Yeah, a little restricted because it's
Why?
like I don't know. Because I mean,
that's what happens
I'm
between a relationship. It's the love bonding that puts you guys together. You understand? That's what a relationship is built on. First, initially, it's the love-lust bond. And then after that wanes on a little, the love develops from the friendship. So once the friendship starts solidifying itself through experiences that you guys experience together in the relationship over the years, it's the love-lust bond, of course, that cements that. But it's the trust that you develop with the friendship in the relationship.
Honestly, I think you should be friends first before you jump into a relationship, because that's why a lot of relationships nowadays in this generation ends in 6 months.
That's what I was confused about when like your friendship within the relationship. So is like, are you friends first? Meaning, what is it when you're friends and you're not sleeping with each other? What's that called again?
Platonic.
Oh yeah, platonic. Are you talking about being platonic? Yeah, platonic. Are you talking about being platonic friends, and then at some point, like, okay, we've been friends for I don't know X amount of years,
But that
then you
becomes
start
emotional
dating.
cheating if you're with somebody too.
Actually,
Platonic
yeah, but-
friendship can turn into
it's
emotional
like
cheating.
this. You know somebody, you're dating, you're friends with them. You have not even no knowledge or not even a thought of dating them. Like you guys are just friends.
Got you.
Like,
That's the seed.
I met someone my mentor. I met my mentor 2 years ago. He's been there by my side. No pressure of sex, no nothing.
You never know.
But now,
You never know. That's the seed.
No, but
So wait,
that's 2 years ago.
No.
And now
I see what she's saying.
And now
Go ahead.
I'm like, okay, like I'm seeing this is what I want, and he's there. And I didn't even know what I wanted back there. But because he's been in my life and my friends so long,
That trust.
it happens like that.
Oh,
And I
so
believe
can I
that when it
just-
happens, it's
can I
gonna
just ask a
happen for
question?
life.
So
I'll ask you a question, actually. So do you think it's possible, because listening to this conversation, do you think it's possible to even be a friend with the opposite sex and now potentially get into a friendship relationship?
I will answer that. I will answer that question.
It's getting spicy now.
I will answer that question. There are female friends that I have that I would not sleep with simply because I don't see them in that way. They're just strictly friends. Because I have female friends that they're like a sister to me, but we're so close. And I'm sorry.
Did they come before, or
Most of it was before my relationship, and then some was during my relationship. But you can totally, I have female friends I would never want to sleep with just because I don't see them on that level. Like there are friends, there are the people that, you know, if I'm having a certain problem, if my life partner does something I don't understand, as a
go to the
woman,
mentor.
You sound like
as a
Usher.
woman,
That's
can you tell me stuff
That's
like
true,
that?
though.
My mentor's been my mentor for 2 years without even thoughts of sex or
Right,
anything.
exactly. That's
I,
platonic.
How do you know
I haven't
that?
had sex in a whole year, and I have all guy friends. So when you guys say that it's not, can't
What about
happen,
him?
they've
Yeah,
never
that's what I
tried.
said.
They know not to
Not
try. I'm a
about
fucking
trying.
prude. I will rip your head off if you try.
Maybe that's why he didn't try.
No, they didn't try because they.
I mean, at the end of the day, every nigga wanna fuck. They don't try.
Thank you. Thank you.
They don't
It
try.
doesn't mean that they try though.
They don't try. I have male friends. They won't try, but if I push up on you, you gonna
Gonna say something like, "Are you dead ass?"
Facts.
Exactly my point. That's my point.
Do you love to please or do you love to be pleased?
Honestly, like if I really fucks with you, I'm definitely a pleaser. Like I'm a pleaser. Like I'm all for please whatever you want. Get. If I don't really like you, I'm not trying to please you. Like so that's how I know I like somebody because I want to please you. Like you don't gotta do stuff, and I become like this weak person. But I'm definitely a pleaser
Be
with
careful
that.
who's watching that girl.
You know,
you right, but
I agree with her. 100%. I agree with her.
What do you feel like it says about someone if they only like to receive?
They're not that into you. When I'm into a
Or
person,
they're
I want to please.
bisexual
I
and don't know it.
That too, but when I'm into somebody, all I want to do is please. That's really my character. Like I'm a pleaser. Like even my nephew
Yes,
take
he's
advantage of me
violent.
because he know I'm gonna cater to him. Like
Right.
that's what I am. I'm sorry, I can't even lie.
Is there anything that you wouldn't do in bed?
There's nothing I wouldn't do in bed if it didn't. I don't like females, so
Okay.
excluding females, there's nothing. Nothing.
So like anal's on the table?
Well, no, I don't like
Nothing.
anal.
Okay,
But I don't
see?
mind, like pleasing the man a little bit.
What do you mean?
That's a whole
That's- wait,
other
hold on.
conversation.
But you said
Oh, no.
That's a whole other conversation. We ain't got no time for this. Back. But if you
Nah.
want me back for another episode, we could go all in.
Nah.
She said there's nothing she wouldn't do in bed.
not playing
if
that
you're not
game.
getting a threesome or you're not into other females.
No,
You
I would
you
do a
like
threesome
regular
with
sex.
2 dudes. I would
trend,
date.
baby.
No, what?
That's all we're trained. I mean, like we're all women and we're all from different places, so we have different beliefs. But what I wanted her to understand, like she lives in New York and don't let these niggas get to you. Like it's a train. Like they're not respecting you. They're not understanding it's a threesome.
I got a question
with
for
a
you.
man.
No,
two men
it's
and one
not.
dude is a
No,
train.
it's not.
It is a train.
And
A
so
train.
that's what I
You
prefer.
like
I
to
wouldn't
get
date.
trained
I would date a
on.
bisexual
Okay,
dude.
you want to get trained on a train.
And what the fuck is your
Nothing.
point,
I'm just
bitch?
saying you like to get trained on, baby girl. Get over
No,
yourself.
I don't like to.
Christian.
That's a no judgment zone, right?
I mean, from a guy's standpoint, like if we have a threesome with 2 girls, 1 guy and 2 girls, like we're bigged up on that, and it's like a good thing. But why do you think it's a bad thing, or degrading in a way where people may think that if a girl has a threesome with 2 guys?
I would have a threesome with another dude, just not a threesome with another woman, because I'm not attracted to women, and I don't think that it's fair to call it ranatran either, because why is it fair? Why are you laughing? Why is it fair?
It's crazy. Go ahead.
Why is it fair?
Freaky.
Then there's
No,
nothing
I'm not,
wrong with
because
that.
I would X the other girl out. So it was like.
But there's
Okay,
nothing
but
wrong with
stop.
being
Why
free.
is it fair for what? Why is it fair for
No,
what?
I'm a super freak. Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing
Why
wrong
is
with
it
that.
fair?
No. Why is it fair for 2 guys to have a threesome with 2 girls, and then it's like, oh, a threesome, da 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 da. But then, yeah, it's always a double standard, and like I just don't. I think it's a rhetorical question, but like, it's just, and even me saying that I would have sex with 2 dudes, because I don't care if I'm dating the guy and he's openly bisexual. I like guys like that. But
Wait, you like?
But
bisexual
I
guys?
only came out saying yes. Little Peep, I would date Little Peep. All these, like, I would date someone that's bisexual. And I honestly thought about that like a month ago. And I was like, oh shit. Like, I would totally date a bisexual dude if he was openly bisexual. And
If he was honest with you?
yeah, absolutely. And I'm sweating saying this right now because, like, I've never even said this to anyone other than my best friend. But when I was in high school, I used to hang out and be part of the bisexual community, and it was just cool. We're kids having fun. But now I'm like, damn, I'm dating the same people that I was hanging out with in high school, so that must be a culture that I'm into.
Yeah.
So, and so for someone to say, oh, you like being ran on by a train? No, it's my boyfriend and maybe a guy we both have a crush on.
We both have a crush on. Okay, that makes sense.
Because I believe that human beings are bisexual,
in general.
Bisexual. If you're a guy and you close your eyes, you don't know who's penetrating that shit. It still don't feel good whether it's a male or female.
Wait, pause. We're not gonna jump into that subject.
Get the strap. Get the strap.
That is not true. That is not true.
Get the strap.
That is not true. We're not gonna go into that route.
Wait. You were saying how sex is like a sin.
This is what I'm saying. Like, I'm from Brooklyn. Like, so they're looking at it like 2 dudes and 1 girl. That's a train. That's what I was raised.
Are you Jamaican?
No, I'm Haitian actually. That's nice enough. Yeah, but that's how they look at it. Like, 2 dudes and 1 girl is a train. 2 girls and 1 guy, that's a threesome. Probably most of the people on the table are gonna refer to it as what I just told you. I was probably shocked that you were saying the way you saying it. But at the end of the day, I just feel like double standard is everywhere. At the end of the day, if a dude start, you know what I'm saying, like a dude cannot be bisexual. He's not accepted. Like they're gonna judge you at the end of the day. Like, they just like the other time you judge me, I'm a judge. That's just a dude. Just like a girl cannot have a train run on, they're gonna still judge you. That's so. In my hood, if you know you got a train run on, you.
So
in my hood,
and I'm also Haitian.
Okay.
I'm also from Brooklyn, and I'm from East New York, Brooklyn. When I was in high school, yes, all the boys were like, oh, if guys with 2 girls, yeah, that's awesome. But if a girl is with 2 guys, yeah, that's running trying. Yes, that's true. But as you get older and you mature, that changed. So for example, I just turned 40. I at some point in my, I guess, early 20s, I was like, no, if a guy can do this, a woman can do this also, and it doesn't have to be degrading.
And I feel like that's why a lot of us are repressed, is because we live by these social standards.
We're gonna close that topic. We're gonna close that topic. When I watch porn, I watch 2 guys and 1 girl. That's what turn me on. That's my porn. That's my fantasy. But in my hood, they make it seem like it's so wrong.
That's what I'm saying.
But when I watch porn, you can watch my porn right now. It's really 2 guys and 1 dude. That's what, I don't want to watch 1 guy and 1 girl. It's not fun to me.
But that's what I'm saying. We feel suppressed, and then we think that whatever turns us on or whatever makes us feel bad. Like in the, I mean, I could go into a whole history thing, but
Danny, I have a question for you. So after today's conversation here, will you leave here? Because remember, just because you're from somewhere, as you get older, you mature and learn new things. So after you leave here today, will you still call it a train, or will you call it?
You know what's the crazy thing? So as the older I'm getting, I'm learning because I lost my virginity, so I'm learning a lot about sex and people, whatever. But I'm open-minded. I'm a free spirit. I'm open-minded. But they really make it seem like I don't have argument where people almost fight like, yo, if you get with the other dude, that's not even bisexual. That's a double standard. It's a lot of conversation, just like what she knows and not what I know. I'm not coming for you.
So,
you know what I'm saying? I think
when you leave here,
I would definitely have like, people. When it comes to sex, people are weird. Like behind closed doors. You don't know what people are doing behind closed doors.
Hold on.
You don't know what I'm doing behind closed doors because I know I do a lot behind closed doors. I'm thinking about behind closed doors.
Then Rico.
I'm gonna say how I feel on this situation.
Here we go.
I grew up the way I grew up, and the people I grew up with, my homies that I grew up with, we ran train.
Yes, and I
on
totally.
a lot of females.
I understand that. Yes.
So, the thought of my exclusive woman being included in the type of people that we ran train on, or I should say, women that we ran train on, it was a woman that we typically didn't have much respect for to begin with.
Okay. But that was when you were younger.
Even
as an adult now, that's what you still call it?
Even now, if I called one of my friends and said, hey, look, I got somebody who wants to run train, they'd be like, okay.
It's circumstantial. That's my point.
Wait.
Like the
Wait,
circumstances.
hold on. It's really not circumstantial from our society, our truth, which may be different than yours.
No, but that's the circumstances. Your circumstances and then mine. Like,
well, the truth is different. The circumstances is still the same because it's still 2 guys and 1 girl. But what I'm saying is how we were raised. We treated this type of girl with less respect, which is not good. I'm not saying I'm not saying it's a good thing.
Okay.
But when I had a threesome with 2 girls, I was praised for it.
So Rico, do you feel like, do you not feel like that's slut shaming? Do you not feel like
No.
Do you not feel like that's misogynist at all?
No, not at all.
Why?
I mean, at the end of the day, like, you gotta understand, like, majority of men in the millennial world, we have we hold women to a very high standard. If my wife came up to me and said she wanted to have a threesome with me, her, and another man, I wouldn't break up with her or anything, but I would not allow that to happen. The thought of another male penetrating my woman is not acceptable for me.
If you feel like your wife is now degraded in terms of how you look at her, based on her desire to want to have sex with 2 men, I see that as problematic.
I clearly just said I would not look at her no differently, and I would not break up with her.
Okay.
Because that is a fantasy. We all have fantasies. That's cool. But when you live up to certain fantasies, there's certain things you shouldn't do.
Okay.
And that's just how I feel.
Only women cannot do that.
No. I'm not gonna say
you can
only
sleep
women.
with another woman and
Right.
she can't, and you can basically sleep with other women all day long.
No,
with her.
that's my wife, and if I'm exclusive to her, if we have, unless we have a different agreement, if me and her are exclusively monogamous, we are not sleeping with nobody.
You know what it is? I would want my man.
Unless agreed on both ends.
I would want to see my man I would want to see my man sleeping with another woman.
That's because that's what you like.
But I don't want to see my man with other men in the room. I don't want to see that. I don't give a fuck.
That's a double standard.
See, I'm the opposite.
It's a double standard. It is. It's stuff that people agree. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's weird.
See, I think that's interesting. Is that I'm opposite. I would never want my man to be in another room with another woman.
But you would want him with another man?
Because I could be in a different space. I could be coming from the mind frame of view where I would never want to have a threesome with 2 guys. Like, I think that's just absurd. But the person type of person. But it's interesting to see the dynamics of each individual and because I'm sitting next to you.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's not me judging you. Just like I would just go a different route.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You wouldn't mind if there's another female, and I wouldn't mind if there's another male, depending on the circumstances.
Everybody's different.
Like when you're in a relationship or you're falling for somebody, how do you go about it? Do you wear your heart in your sleeve or you just hold back? What do you do?
Loving guy. It depends on the circumstances, but at the same time, it's just like I'm really open about it, and at the same time, it's just like, you know, everybody deserves love, you know. Everybody in this table right here, everybody.
But you know what? We think that we don't, and then we live up to those expectations.
No, you know what it is?
I do.
Well, we feel like we don't.
Damn, you guys taking my shine? Like,
Sorry, I was trying to.
Jesus Christ.
But
I didn't want it to be discussion. I'm sorry.
But Team Aquarius, but at the same time, it's like everybody deserves love.
No, I do cry too, but it's behind closed door. But I do like love. Like even though I'm tough, whatever, I like somebody.
Everybody loves love.
You know, like
All day. I think what it is, I've had it. It's real. It's out there. And once you know what it is, and it's and you feel it, and you know, and you trust, and you got the passwords to each other's phones, you got the bank accounts, you got all the wifey duties. You do all those things, and you'll go bail a nigga out when he gets locked up, and be like, you know, I got you, boo. This is what's gonna happen. I'll put my names on the cards, and I know what love is, and it's real. It's one of the best feelings in the world. Even though I have a company called Fuck Love Get Money, just FYI.
I feel like there's no like when it comes to love, like I like love, but I don't fuck with it. You know, like I like it, but I don't fuck with it. But there's no greater feeling. Like
that's one of the best.
He just said, "Oh, I need her," but coming from the biggest dog at the table, that's my problem. The biggest dog at the table. Oh, I need her.